Some streamers, in an attempt to increase their viewer base, have found a way to get your view without you even knowing that you're watching their stream. In this video, we're reacting to a conversation live from Asmongold, one of the largest MMO content creators in the world, and Baggins TV, a New World streamer, talking about the new strategy that some New World content creators are doing to embed their stream on their websites, where they're getting your view without even knowing that they're watching. We're going to be having the conversation, reacting to it, and sharing my thoughts on, is embedded viewing basically view botting and getting fake views? Should it be banned on Twitch? We're having that conversation right now. If you enjoy this content, be sure to subscribe to this YouTube video, but also join us live in our Twitch channel, link in the description below. If you're looking for a great MMO community in games like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, games like that, we'd love to give you a place to belong. Without further ado, we're diving right in. Let's go.
Embedded streams shouldn't count as view counts.
Let's check it out, homies.
It's a false metric. It is borderline view botting. You can have your stream as a one pixelable, unviewable image on a wiki and still count everyone on the page as a viewer without them knowing. Why aren't streamers more angry about this? So this has been something.
Now, I saw this tweet when I woke up the other day in the morning. This is like hot off the press, but I read these comments, but I did not get a chance to hear from the people that are actually doing it. And I want to get to hear their point of view as well.
That's been going on. Obviously, I think two of the best examples of this, let's see, I think New World Database does this.
Oh, so he's aware of this.
See if I can pull it up, and if
you guys remember, I did the Return to Eternum event where I streamed actually on Asmongold's team, and we got to play, and I actually got to hang out in a private Discord with people like Redbird and BDLG. I got to hang out with them. They are people that have been a part of creating this New World Database info. Baggins TV, we also got to play with them, and Baggins is the one they're going to have a conversation with. But I didn't know that Asmongold was aware of this, and I didn't know that the embedding was happening on this website. I used this website. I just didn't know that the embedding was happening here. Let's check it out.
Have one up right now. They might not have. Oh, yeah, they have one up right there. So you've got, obviously, this guy in the corner.
Okay, so this is different then. Okay, this is different. All right, everyone that I've been hearing raving on the internet has been talking about how like the stream is like hidden in the background. You didn't even know the stream was there and you're getting a free view. That sounds super sketch. This is different. It's embedded on the bottom right side of the screen. You see it there, you know it's there. You can choose to close out. There's an X button on it, as you see. You can choose to back out if you want. So I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, but I'm saying this is not as sketchy as people were making it sound. Like, I thought they were hiding it under these muted volume. That would be way more sketch. Let's keep learning.
Corner here, Baggins TV, who's basically view botting, because obviously they put his stream on there, and then because you have the page open, it counts as you watching them. And of course, the biggest offender is FX Your Life.
I don't know who that is.
I think this is a bad thing. I've made this very clear many times. Embedding is the same thing functionally as view botting. The fact.
Again, I need to learn more information to really kind of figure out how I feel. Again, I don't want to formulate an opinion on something I don't have much information on. I will say, I don't think I would say it's the same thing. Are they both wrong? I'll let you know when we're finished gathering some information. But I think the difference here between view botting is fake. If you don't know what view botting is, you're watching this video, I literally have no idea what I'm talking about. View botting is essentially when someone goes on a website, pays a certain amount of money, and it literally puts bots in your channel or just gives you a fake viewer account. Like, it's fake. There's no humans involved. This is different in the sense, are all those people actively watching your stream? Not necessarily, but at least it's real human beings going to visit a website that pretty much you created. So they are supporting you, but are they supporting your stream? Not necessarily, but I wouldn't say it's the same as view botting, because at least there's real human beings involved.
The fact that Twitch is not doing anything about this, and they allow blatant view botters to maintain a top position in the directory, is a joke. It's an insult to everybody else that's on the platform that are trying to earn and grow their platform and their presence online organically.
I to an extent, I can agree with that. Like, I've been streaming for almost 8 years, right? Grinding, working hard, trying to obviously impact as many people as possible. And I do get to an extent that like people are surpassing people like me by simply practicing that embedded strategy. Here's the deal. We're going to get to it in this video. If I would consider it to be ethical, then it is what I just said, right? A strategy. But if we get to the point where I think it's unethical, well, then it's like cheating. Don't cheat your way to the top. But if it's a valid strategy, am I going to be mad that someone used a valid strategy to beat my viewer count? Well, no. But that's what this video is going to help us answer. Is it ethical or is it cheating?
It is just pathetic. And I don't know why. And the thing is, like, this is what's bad about it too, is that you don't get every embedded stream doesn't have ads, but some of them do. Because sometimes I'll have an embedded stream and the ad will play and it will unmute it and it will play the fucking sound randomly. So what these people are doing is they're buying ads and, these advertisers are buying ads, and then Twitch is serving these ads to somebody who's not watching the stream.
Yeah,
because
that's
the
rough.
truth is, let me ask you a question, very simple question. If you were an advertiser and you saw that your ad was being broadcast on this little box right here in the corner of a stream with it muted, that's as small as possible, would you think that you're getting your money's worth for that ad?
No, absolutely
Would you think
not.
that Twitch is acting in good faith to give you your money's worth?
No, of course not.
Absolutely not.
They would be furious. They'd pull their money.
It's a joke.
And as a whole, like, not only is it probably, it's pretty unethical for the streamer to get paid for those ads, because his viewers, like, they're not actually watching the ads. So should he get paid for you watching an ad that you didn't actually watch? No. But it also, in the long term, could hurt Twitch, because if advertisers get a hold of this and start pulling their ads, that could hurt Twitch as a whole. Like, if people started doing this like crazy and all ads were just pretty much fake, like the views were fake, they might pull their ads. And if everyone pulls their ads off Twitch, Twitch will die. So that's a big deal.
And the thing is with Twitch is that a lot of viewership and everything on Twitch is based off of directory position. So if you're high up on the directory, you're going to be discovered more, you're going to have more people find your stream. But the problem is that whenever you have viewbotters, and that's what these guys are, it's not borderline viewbotting, it is viewbotting.
I would disagree.
There is no functional difference.
It's definitely a gray area, but the concrete, it's viewbotting. I don't think I'm on that same page.
Between embedding your stream in a tiny little box on a website to increase your viewer count and actually viewbotting. It is the functionally same thing.
Again, no
Twitch
humans
is
involved,
allowing
right?
actual viewbotters that everybody knows who they are. Like F Extra Life is the biggest one. They are a viewbotter. They don't have 20,000 viewers. To maintain top directory positions, to hold down legitimate and authentic streamers with real communities. And this is done to the detriment of the entire website. It's fraudulent towards the advertisers.
That's for sure.
And it hurts everybody on the platform.
The one thing I don't think that's been clearly communicated yet is, I think the reason a lot of people are really upset is in the New World community, I'm not going to say all, but most of the big, 1,000+ viewer streamers are practicing this strategy. And so it's not just like one guy doing it here. It's like the top New World dogs are doing this. Not all, but enough of them that it's like, it's causing quite a stir. So it's a big deal.
And they're selling ads against it.
And that I would consider, that's blatantly wrong. If I'm being honest, that is probably enough for me to consider just the whole thing to be wrong. But let's keep going.
If you try to stream New World, nobody comes to you since Baggins is absorbing everyone with the viewbotting. Yes, and this is, and I want to go ahead and show this guy's comment, okay? Deus Ex Persona, this guy right here is he's a New World content creator. We've watched a couple of his videos before. So this is a person who's actually had experience with this, and this is what he says. If you try to stream New World, nobody comes to you since Baggins is absorbing everyone with the viewbotting. And this is exactly...
I hadn't really thought that through, to be honest. Let me tell you the way Twitch works, okay? When you are on Twitch and you go to the website, you're just kind of browsing through, the mindset is whoever is at the top must be good. Like, let's go to New World, for example, because that's obviously the topic of conversation. Whoever's at the top must be good, because if they weren't good, they wouldn't have so many viewers. And the people at the bottom must be bad, because if they weren't bad, they would have more viewers. That's the mindset. It's completely untrue, but that's the mindset, right? There's maybe some truth to it, but with a grain of salt. So what happens is, if this guy, again, this is completely hypothetical, we're going to use this just for an example. If this guy was doing that embedding and had 5,000 viewers, well, I'm just going to click on him because he must be good, because otherwise he wouldn't have 5,000 viewers. Therefore, potentially making it harder for someone to scroll past him and get to another streamer, because this is where the hype is at. For a 5,000 person stream, that's like an arena. There's energy in a chat that large. And so some people might think they're not scrolling past me far enough because of the people at the top. That's happening in every directory, even with real viewers. But is it hurting the New World directory? I would say it probably is. The bummer is, like, Baggins TV is actually a great content creator. He actually does content on other platforms that'll give him discoverability. So there's, like, in my opinion, there's not really a need for him to do it, but because he can get big without it. He's got a very large YouTube channel. So, but it definitely is making it hard for the rest of the people in the directory. So that's tough, man. That's tough.
Exactly what happens is that if you're at the top, all of the browse viewers will automatically go to that person.
Just the way it works.
You guys see what I'm saying? So it has a tangible negative effect on other streamers. It also has a tangible negative effect on other viewers, because it's harder for them to find authentic streams that have legitimate content. It's bad for the advertisers. It's bad for everyone. The only people it's good for are the people that are doing it.
Of course.
Now,
yeah,
if I could embed my stream, I would do it because it works. But it should not be possible. Yeah, of course. In other words, it's a racket like everything else. No, I don't think it's a racket like everything else. That's not it. And what's this here? Part of the problem is that Twitter discovery fucking sucks cock. You mean Twitch discovery?
Oh, sorry about
yes,
that.
You're absolutely right. But the argument that because Twitch discovery sucks cock, which means that some people can cheat and game the system, I
obviously, unfortunately, have no idea what asmongold's going to say, so bear with us.
think is silly. And if someone isn't on your page directly, they shouldn't be counted as engaged and a real viewer. Anyone who disagrees is a horse in the race, in my opinion. Absolutely, and I talked about this. We'll read a few comments about this, and then I want to move on.
Just a comment on that, right? Anyone who disagrees is a horse in the race. We just need to learn to disagree without saying, whoever does not agree with me sucks. Like, you can have your own opinion, but we can leave those comments out, you know what I mean?
On to something else. Baggins is getting so embarrassed on a stream. Well, listen, I mean, if I was in his position, I'd be doing the exact same thing. Okay, you can tell him that. But he is a view botter.
Interesting.
He is, he is stealing a directory position that he doesn't deserve. And if it
and
was
that's what's tough too, though. Like, it would be a different conversation. I mean, whether it's right or wrong, we're getting there. I'm leaning more towards the wrong, because the advertisement thing is like, you're pretty much getting paid for a job you didn't do. So that's just bad. That for me, that's probably all the information I need to know this is wrong. But I'm gonna let myself play through the video. But the tough thing is, like, Baggins TV is a great content creator, great streamer, amazing informational educator in the New World database, large YouTube viewer, is doing it right, creating YouTube guides, telling people to come watch the stream, like, doing it all right. I'm almost like, man, because now, like, oh, he's getting these views he doesn't deserve. He does deserve views, but he is also embedding in a way that is not fair. So it's like, I'd almost wish it was just a guy that sucked at content. Like, this dude's hot trash, doesn't deserve any viewers, but like, it's like, Baggins, great guy, great heart, great talent. But yeah, the embedding thing is rough.
it's up to me, this would not be possible. Now, I think he should keep doing it because it's in his best interest. Absolutely.
Asmongold, you gotta give him credit. He's an honest man. He at least, say what you want about him, he's an honest man. Said if I was in his shoes, I'd do the same thing, and he should keep on doing it. Man, he's so funny, dude.
but it's a bad system. And I think that any reasonable person that doesn't,
I do not recommend continuing to do things you think are bad.
have a vested interest in this can acknowledge that. Is it more views, more money for Twitch? It is, but whenever people find out that it's fake views, then it sheds skepticism on everything. That's it. It's good Twitch to do, so it makes sense. They'll be fine with people getting.
And the one thing I just want to clarify is this is not against the rules. Let me just clarify that right off the bat. It's not against the rules. Doesn't mean that it's right, but it is not against Twitch terms of service, which is something I think to throw in the conversation.
Rewarded, but it's good for Twitch to do. Here, somebody wrote a comment, and actually, I'll read my comment back to you. It's okay. When advertisers find out that they're serving ads to embedded streams where the users don't even see the ads being paid for, it will not be good for Twitch.
I agree. They
Twitch
can pull out.
knows about this issue and allows it to happen. Basically, fraud from advertiser POV.
I agree.
They are defrauding the advertisers. Baggins is watching now. If you want to let him explain.
This is where he's going to pull him into a conversation.
Explain why it's okay to do view botting? Sure. Hey, what's up, man?
Yo, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can, yeah. It's
How you
good
doing?
to talk.
Yeah, you too, man. I have to say, I almost feel bad for calling you out on anything, because the truth is I love New World, and you're one of the only guys that still streams it, so thank you for that.
Yeah.
And Baggins, overall, just a really great guy. I got to talk to him in a private Discord with a few people during the New World event. Like, really, really great guy. Really, really great guy.
No, I get it. I get it. And I understand why people are angry, okay? And I also understand that this perpetuates a bad image of New World, right? Because New World, it's like people joke it's filled with bots, and then also joke that the Twitch category is also filled with bots as well.
F's in chat,
Feels good different.
You know, it feels good different,
Yes,
man.
I understand.
Feels good different, but I'm like happy to talk about any of this because I agree. I think it is a bit of a problem, and it is gonna like come down on its head at some point in the future. Advertisers and stuff will catch on. But I'm like, I'm down to talk about this, man.
Yeah,
I mean, any questions you got or whatever?
My concern really is with embedding a stream. Obviously, what would you say is the functional difference between embedded streams and viewbotting?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I guess because viewbotting is not like technically a real person. So here, and again, I know people
not
are gonna
real
get
humans,
angry, but I do get people who come in. They're on the website. It's a New World database, and they come through and they're like, "Hey, dude, I saw your stream in the corner." And some people say, "Hey, dude, I saw your stream in the corner. That's really annoying. Can you stop doing that?"
Yes.
But some people say, like, "I appreciate what you were talking about. I've been looking for some New World information. You seem to know what you're actually talking about." So they come into the stream and they have a good time.
What do you think that the
whereas
ratio...
like a view bot.
Let me check something. If I go to New World database, is there audio? Is the audio on? The audio is muted. And so right now there is an ad playing, and immediately what I'm going to do is I'm going to close it. And then after that it's just gone. If I refresh, I want to see like when their streams pop up. Oh, well, I guess it only would work if they're live on Twitch, which I don't think they are. Okay, never mind. Experiment broken. I was testing like, is there audio on? Because if there is, at least the audio will make me aware like, hey, I'm watching someone stream. But I guess we can't test it live.
Just like doesn't exist, right? They're not even like real in the first place.
What percentage of the people do you think that are watching your stream, or that are being broadcast, that your stream is being broadcast to on the New World database website? What percentage of those people are actively engaging in that stream?
It's probably like 30%, 30 to 40.
So you think that 30% of the people on the website are actively engaging with your stream at this exact moment?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, right now in chat, like everybody's just like listening in, or they're probably going to watch your reaction, or listen to you talk, because obviously you've got some exciting takes and stuff. I mean, I like listening to your top.
Yeah. So you think that 30%, I just want to make sure that we get this straight. You think that 30% of the people that are watching your stream on the New World database are engaged with it?
Yeah, I would say so.
So we can do a number of different metrics to discover what the real numbers for this are. Would you like to do
And
followers?
if we go, you think it's
viewer
20%?
count, average views, or chatters?
I think. I mean, I don't know what the correct answer is.
Look at
Here.
his
If you
face,
have
dude.
one in mind, you would,
Let's
like,
start
I
with
feel
let's
like.
start with follower count.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see here. Okay. Let's make sure here, and we'll also look at chatters. I'm not sure really if we can find this or not. Baggins TV. Okay.
Oh, he's also live streaming at the
you've
exact
gained,
moment.
65 followers. So if you you've gained 65 followers after streaming for 4 hours with 6,000 viewers.
That's pretty low.
That doesn't sound right. I mean, there's a lot
Okay.
coming in right now, but I think, maybe some of that to do with you.
Well, how about this
That's because he's currently being broadcast on asmongold's channel.
one here? So this is a stream that you did on November 29th, and you had 7.9 thousand viewers, and you had 14 followers.
Oh, bro, that's really eye-opening. I'll tell you, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, I average on my stream normally, depending on what I'm playing, if I'm doing actual high-end, gaming content with energy and entertainment, then normally I average somewhere between like 75, 80, 90 viewers around there, right? And sometimes I will get 14 follows in a day. Okay? 75-ish average viewer. He's got 7.9 thousand views. Do the math. Let me know in the comments. How many times bigger is that than my 75 average viewer stream? And he's only getting 14 follows? Now, granted, I do see the next day is like 94, but these should be in the hundreds, if not in the thousands of followers a day if you have that many viewers. So that's a pretty eye-opening metric.
7.9 thousand viewers. And you
Because you got to remember, that's 7.9 thousand viewers there at that moment. A real streamer with real 8,000 viewers, that, asmongold might be able to test if I've ever had that many viewers, that's tens of thousands of people throughout a day. When I average 75 viewers, it's about 600 to 800 individual people that came in throughout the day. So you take that same ratio, 8,000, it would probably be maybe close to 100,000 people throughout a day. And so to only get 14 follows means that a lot of those people are not actually engaged with the stream.
14 followers. And if you look
No,
at the... Go ahead.
I don't know. I gotta have to dispute that. That doesn't sound right, man.
Okay.
Like I gained 14 followers during that stream. Is that and how does it say the
sure.
duration of that stream?
Yes, it was a 2-hour stream. And to be fair, this was probably the worst one, okay? So we can use other ones where you had a bit more. So like there's one right here. This is on December 3rd, and you had 89 followers after almost a 7-hour stream. And also,
That's not the
if you look at the viewer
That's still really
count
low,
and
though.
everything like that, there is no fluctuation of that viewer count really whatsoever. Like there's no big changes or ups or downs. I don't think that this is really reflected in nearly any other streamer's metrics. And this
Correct.
is somebody who, I own a company, I evaluate streamers for a living, and I've been streaming for 5 years or 7 years really now. And I don't think that this is reflective whatsoever of authentic user.
Streamers, view counts like this all day long. Like this all day long. And so this does not happen to streams. No matter how good you are, this just does not happen to streams. And he, one of the largest streamers in the world, is attesting to the same experience.
Behavior. And I think that if you look at similar streams with the similar amount of viewer count and the amount of chat messages and things like that, is there a way for us to look at chat messages on Twitch? Because obviously we can do /chatters. We can do that too if you'd like.
I can like bring it up in my analytics. I guess.
It's okay. I can do it. Let me see if I can find it. We'll just have to search for it.
I'm actually curious how he's actually going to do this.
Okay. Let's see. I'm not sure
So
if you have
currently
it
got
visible or not.
6.7 thousand
I'll just pull
viewers
up your
at this
stream
very
and
moment
See if I can do
in this video.
chatters. And it looks like it might not work. Current chatters 6,400. This is probably a lot of people from my stream. So
He just typed /chatters in the chat and that popped up. That works? The heck? I was today years old when I learned that you could do that. The heck? Yo, that's kind of crazy, bro. Yo, by the way, say hello to the YouTube video. Bro, I did not know that. And I think that's throughout your stream. We got to stay on topic, but that's actually pretty sick, bro.
Chatters is actually not a good example. There are actually quite a lot of chatters. I'm not sure if this is something from currently or not, but chatters seems like you actually do have a lot of chatters. So
yeah, I mean, I think right now you're definitely having an influence on that. I think it's fair to say.
It's hard to say. Yeah, I don't think so. So you think that again, and I'd actually like to ask you another question. Do you know who FX Life is?
Can I just make a comment out of respect? This is such a civil, respectful conversation with two people who disagree with one another. Can we do more of this? Can we do more of this? There's no yelling. There's no name calling. There's just great conversation. Two different sides of the spectrum don't agree. One guy is defending himself. I mean, this is literally, he's talking to the culprit himself, you know what I mean? And this is a great.
I am very well, yeah, I'm familiar. Yeah.
What do you know about them?
My perception is that they are a group of streamers, and they have a Wikipedia generally on a lot of different games, and their stream is embedded on the Wikipedia.
Yes.
And I understand. I do know what this is coming from. I saw the tweet today, and I'm like, okay, right, this is it. I'm the embed guy, you know. I'm the bot guy, which is disappointing. But I understand where it comes from. Like,
do you think that there's any part of what people are saying that is inaccurate? What part of what people are saying is inaccurate?
That I'm the embed guy? Well, now I am, yeah, because this is like, you know, we've been put on blast here, so.
Well, notice how asmongold wanted to wanted to say something right there in disagreement. Notice that Baggins was not done with his thought, stopped, and allowed him to finish his conversation. This is not just a video about is Twitch, like, our, you know, embedded views a problem. This is also a video about how to disagree with someone in a respectful manner. I am very impressed by this right now.
You know, that's what happens. Do you think that what FX Life is doing is ethical for the website? For Twitch?
I mean, I would say, and obviously I'm going to take the stance of, like, trying to be defensive here.
Of course you are.
That
I would, by the way, I want to make one thing very clear. I don't mean to interrupt you. I apologize. I would do the exact same thing that you were doing. I would do it. I would ride this horse until it's fucking dead. Okay?
Oh my!
So I'm not criticizing you as a person. Listen, exploit early, exploit often. You play New World. You know that just as much.
I do not agree with doing something that you believe is wrong, but you got to respect his honesty, right? You got to at least respect that.
Which is I do. So I'm not criticizing you, but I am saying that this is not good for the website.
No, I'm sorry, man. That's good.
So what do you think of X's Life? Do you feel like do you feel like what they're doing is good for Twitch?
I mean, probably not. No, because I think, like, at the end of the day, what should happen? Like, Twitch is it's a views competition, right? Basically, you get views and then you get more views because you're the top of the category. Yeah, and I have experienced that organically, but obviously it's you experience it more consistently through, like, embeds as well. Mm-hmm. But I would imagine, I don't know if you can talk to people at Twitch, but for them, that is, like, more flexing power that they have. Like, we have this number of people watching our website every month. So would Twitch even, like, step in to do anything about this? Like, or is it even necessarily bad for Twitch? I mean, obviously it is from, like, the advertising standpoint, and when it gets found out, there's going to be, like, some blowback from it.
So then it would be.
But currently right now, yeah, I guess so. But, like, they would. Do you not think Twitch is complicit with this and they're aware of it at the same time?
I think they absolutely are, which is what makes them even more at risk. What they are at risk at is that they are selling advertising impressions. Obviously, you probably run ads very regularly. I'm sure you're running ads today as well. And every single time that one of those ads plays to somebody on the New World database, that's money. Like, put yourself in the advertiser's shoes.
Yeah, that's wrong.
And ask yourself the question.
It's just wrong.
If I was advertising on Twitch and I found out that my ads were being played by a 1-inch by 2-inch screen on the corner of a screen that is automatically muted to people that are not even looking at it, would I want to continue my contract with that person in the future?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's gonna be like a the adpocalypse of YouTube all over again, but for Twitch. I mean, obviously we had that with like DMCA and stuff as well, but
I think that it's probably not going to be that influential because the truth is this is a high visibility problem with a very low actual impact. It's really you, FXtra Life. I think New World Order Show does it as well, and like a handful of other people. I heard Fingrush also does it. I don't know about that, so don't quote me on it. But I mean, it's a high visibility problem, but there are really not that many people doing it.
Sure.
I don't think this is going to cause an adpocalypse situation, but I think that it is. You're absolutely right.
If it continues and more people do it, it could.
This issue, and them allowing
But
it
right
to
now, I don't think
exist,
so.
in my opinion, is being complicit in effectively defrauding them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, whether you like or dislike advertisers, I think it's fair that they should get what they pay for.
Of course, yep.
Yeah, no, I do agree. I do agree.
Do you think that
what I will say?
Okay.
Sorry, no, let's continue before we.
Do you think that advertisers are getting their?
And right there, Baggins TV wanted to come in, a tiny bit of passion in his voice. You could tell he really wanted to say what he wanted to say. Noticed, again, because you got to remember, there's like a little bit of a delay when you're talking on Discord. Notice it would have been interruptive. He said, hey, you know what? Nope, sorry. You continue. Just great conversation. I hope y'all are learning.
Whenever
I'm learning too.
Ads are being played to your stream on
No.
New World, no, they're not. Okay.
But I would also say that most of the time, like let's be honest, every time you see a video for like pretty much anything out there, NordVPN or whatever,
yeah,
in front of any pre-roll, how much like does that the engagement or anything like I you know I know you're very respectful and you watch when you're watching content, you watch the streamer watch the ads or whatever, but like some people, you know, they just skip straight past that. They're watching they're doing the react content, they just skip the ad completely for their audience. So is that problematic? You know, and
the reason why the reason why it's different, and I understand what your point is, but the reason why it's different is that the advertiser is entering into that contract with that content creator knowing that it is the case that these things are happening and that these things can happen.
Yeah.
So both parties go in and enter that contract and enter that decision with equal amounts of knowledge of the way that the ads are displayed. So that's why it's different.
I agree.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, man. I mean,
when people want ads on Twitch, when an advertiser pays Twitch during their ads, they do not have the information or knowledge that this embedding is going on. And that's the big difference.
So I will not dispute that you know, be in the position you're in with the organ stuff. You've got way more knowledge of this stuff than I do.
Well, I mean, I think it's common sense, right? Because like an advertiser understands that you can click around in a YouTube video, whereas an advertiser probably doesn't understand that some of their ads are being shown on an embedded website. It's like takes a lot more like experience in the platform to know that. Yeah. So you do kind of agree that like people like FXtra Life are detrimental to the website.
Yeah, I guess so. In a roundabout way, Twitch is complicit with it, and it's sort of like self-cannibalizing. You know, it's all gonna come around to bite itself on the ass at some point.
Well, also, so if you think that FXtra Life is detrimental to the website,
here we go.
What's difference between you and FXtra?
I knew it was coming.
There is no difference, right. And I will tell you this, man. A while back, I took off the embed. I approached, so it's not me that's embedding it. It's this Romanian guy called Zayo.
He's doing it without your consent.
No, he is. No, I'm aware that it's happening.
Okay.
He approached me and he offered the opportunity. He said you can be embedded on the website. Now, the way that they do it on this website is if you have ad block enabled, it shows my stream. If you don't have ad block, so you allow the website to run ads, you don't see my stream. So what I tell people is like, if you turn off your ad block for New World Database, you're supporting the website and you don't see my stupid face in the bottom right corner anymore. That's the way it's supposed to function there. That's how he explained it to me. So in theory now, if you, I see you doing it here.
Oh,
so
and he just did it. Okay, so that's why I wasn't seeing the streams, because I've used this website quite a bit and I've never seen these streams because I don't use ad blocker. In my opinion, I don't think any streamer should use ad blocker because I want people to watch my ads so that I can get the income from it. So for me, it's a little gray for me to want you to watch my ads to support me, but I won't watch ads to support other streamers, right? It's got to work both ways. But I didn't know that. And that makes total sense as to why I've never seen this in the bottom.
My stream should. Hopefully I'm not making bullshit up here. This is what Zayo told me.
Is that right?
You should see. Yeah, this again. I swear,
Thanks,
man.
dude.
Like I know it sounds like I'm making shit up, but this is what he told me.
I mean,
This is what
I'm
he
sure
told me.
you're not responsible for what happens on his website. It's not your website; it's his website. So,
But
like,
anyway.
I mean, but we can see that is clearly not true, though.
And that it obviously does change the game too if it's not his website. But Baggins is aware that it's happening and has pretty much consented to it happening.
Yeah, I do see
Yeah.
that. I'll have to talk to him about that.
Mhm.
But I swear, man. Like he told me that's the way it runs there. I took off the embed earlier on this year, man. And you
Yeah.
know what happened? I
What?
dropped like 2, 3, 4 places down in the directory, and the people who were above me were people who were fucking embedding. Like that was all it. So I was like, all right.
Ooh.
I
If
mean,
you ain't
I'm
cheating, you ain't trying. That's you goddamn right. I understand it.
And then I saw my ads incentive stuff go down.
Yep.
And listen, I know this is gonna be like a tug at the heartstrings
Hey.
or whatever, playing the tiny little violin. I got a wife, and we want to start for a family this year that's coming up. Okay, so like
Do you think
taking
the other
every
people-
opportunity to make money where I can, it seems like a good idea. And it's, you know, I can keep making the content I want. The people that enjoy watching my stream can be here. So it's like, dude, I could take the embed off and I could just fuck
Yep.
myself, and other people could continue to fuck me and fuck the
That's
website,
right.
or I could just go along with it. Like, I don't know. What would you do? Honestly, ask yourself, chat,
I
and
already
anybody
told
else.
you-
And
I
you
already
said
told
yourself
you
in
what I
that
would do.
situation.
He did.
already
He already admitted I would just do the same thing. Oh,
Told you
man.
what I would do. I do the exact same thing you doing.
And
Exactly.
I try to be like, I
So
know I'm
do you
gonna be in the top directory spot for New World, and I try to be good in that sense. You know, I'm not like I'll tell you, I'll
Yes.
tell chat like right now, the latest update we got, it's been shit for the game. They've introduced a ton of bad exploits, but overall the game is way better now than it was at release. And
I
you know,
agree.
I'll happily guide you through anything that you want to know about a New World. So I try to be respectful of the situation that I'm in. But yeah, I'm also going to take advantage of this loophole, this stupid loophole that Twitch has here. It wasn't like ordained for me, you know. It was just presented to me by by Zio. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, let me first. Yeah, that right there opened up a big can of worms. I want to share a few thoughts now that I can tell the conversation is beginning to go in a different direction. So here's what we just heard in that conversation right there. And again, all respect to Baggins TV. Like I said, I got to talk to this guy personally. Great guy. We might have some disagreements, but still love him as a person. Think he's a great person. And actually, I personally consume his content. What we just heard him admit right there was, one, he admits that it's wrong and it's detrimental for the website. It's borderline unethical against advertisers. And then we also heard him admit that maybe because of some of the ways that he was feeling about it being wrong, for whatever reason, we don't know, he didn't explain, stopped doing the embedding for a little while. His views went way down, which is a bummer because he's actually a great content creator. Noticed he was being beaten by people who were also doing this embedding thing, maybe on other websites, whatever it might be, and decided to just go back to doing it because he wants the money to support his family. I respect the honesty. I do. But pretty much what he just admitted is I believe something is wrong and unethical and basically fraudulent against advertisers. So I stopped doing it. And then I lost so much money that I just decided to go back to doing something that I believe is wrong and fraudulent because I'd get paid for it. That's tough, man. You can't get around that, man. I respect the honesty, but for someone to just choose to do something that they know is wrong and borderline fraudulent, that's not something I can get behind. It's not something that I would do. I didn't even really fully know I felt about the embed thing. The advertisement thing for me definitely makes it wrong. If you're basically getting paid for doing a job you didn't do, but people think you're doing it, right? It's like someone hires you and they, hey, I need you to do this job, and they think you did it, but you really didn't, and you just take the money anyway. That's very dishonest. So for me, I would definitely consider this type of embedding wrong. I think there's a real type of embedding that can actually work, but I don't think that this is. And I think that's pretty much what we just heard right there, that he believes that the ends justify the means. I wouldn't agree, but at least we're hearing an honest conversation about where they're both at, why he did it. I don't think it's right, but at least he's not trying to hide it and like, you know, trying to like lie about it. He's just coming out, yeah, I believe it's wrong, but if other people are going to do it, then I'm going to do it too. I wouldn't agree with that standpoint, but at least it's what we're hearing. Let me share some closing thoughts. So then we got some questions in the chat. If you're still watching this point on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to the channel, but also join us live on Twitch. I'm literally going to answer some questions right now and then wrap this video up. I see a question coming in chat where Vendetta's asking, if it isn't against terms of service, then what's the difference between this and lurkers who maybe have the stream open on a second monitor, they're not paying attention, the ad plays, they didn't watch it anyway. What's the difference between that and this? I would say the difference between that and this is, like Asmongold shared in that video, there is a knowledge that advertisers have when they go into a contractual agreement that they know that like not everyone is fully like, you know, like in your face engaged with the advertisement. Like they know that a lot of people have their TVs on in the living room. Like how many times have you been watching TV in your living room back when people actually had cable, and like you walked away, went to the bathroom, doing dishes, TV's playing in the background, and commercials are playing in the background, right? You're not actually watching them. You're not engaged. Advertisers know that's happening, but they know that there's no way to get around that, right? Like the advertisement, when the commercial starts, it's not going to strap you to the chair. They know that there's an element of disengagement people have with their ads. The difference between that and this, because that's similar to like lurking on your second monitor. The difference is a lot of those people who are watching, quote unquote, the stream embedded in the website, they're not even aware that they're watching the stream. Like they're not even really aware that it's happening. So, I mean, they can't see it, they can't hear it. I mean, they could see it, but they have to look down in the bottom right. So it's a very roundabout way of almost hiding your stream because it starts on mute. Some people might not even notice that it's there. So I wouldn't say it's the same as something like that, because at least people are aware there's an advertisement watching right now on YouTube. I'm choosing to skip ahead. There is a ad playing on Twitch right now. I'm choosing to mute the volume, whatever, or I'm choosing to X out. This is we're playing ads to you without you even knowing we're playing ads to you, but we're having to pay. And the difference is advertisers, when they sign that contract, they're aware people are going to get up, use the restroom during the TV. They're aware you're going to mute the volume during an ad. They're not aware that you're showing my stream to thousands of people and I'm paying you to show them ads. They don't even know that they're watching. So there's definitely a disconnect. If the advertisers knew that, I think they would back out. And honestly, for that reason alone, that reason enough, not even including the, is it hurting people below the directory? Not even including things like that. The borderline fraudulent advertisement that's happening with ads being played on an embedded view, for me is enough for me to think and believe that it is wrong. I think we could try to justify it in a million ways, but I'm really respectful of, one, just Baggins as a person, really appreciate his honesty. We might have a disagreement on embedded views, but doesn't mean I can't respect him as a person. I do respect the fact that he came out and was like, hey, this is wrong, but other people are doing it, so I'm gonna do it too. I respect his honesty. I respect him throwing it out there. I don't agree and I wouldn't do it, but doesn't mean that we can't respect each other. Here's what I would say to all of you. I think all of us should do our best to mimic the respect we just saw in that conversation. They disagreed and agreed, but because Asmongold is like, I think it's wrong, but I would do it too. But at least we saw them having a civil conversation. And so here's the deal. I think not only is this video about embedded views, but I think it's about having a conversation, a mutual, civil, respectful conversation, even when we're on different sides of the coin. So to recap, do I think embedded is wrong? I do, for the biggest reason of advertisers not getting what they're paying for. They're paying for something that they don't know they're not actually getting their money's worth. If you guys enjoy conversations like this, again, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Join the description to get my Twitch link to come check these videos out live, but also join the Discord. If you're an MMO player that likes games like World of Warcraft, New World, Final Fantasy, and other games like that, we'd love to give you a place to belong. I believe life and gaming is better together. Thanks to all the people that watch my stream, subscribe to the channel, and support on Patreon. Y'all incredible. We'll catch you in the next one.